Realm Nations Khan's Quest was a survival Minecraft server where players worked together to build nations and reclaim ruined cities. The map was fully custom made by me and the Ultra Dino Boy, using modded terrain generation with ruined cities sprinkled throughout the world. The server ended a while ago, but I'll speak about the nations in the present tense. This video will go over the map itself as well as the ruined cities and nations players built. Let's begin. The lands of Realm Nations, Khan's Quest, have been shaped by mysterious forces over the course of centuries to form 6 distinct continents. These continents were never given proper names by explorers, but I will refer to them as the Main Continent, the Desert Continent, the Jungle Continent, the Dead Continent, the Mushroom Continent, and the Weird Continent. The Main Continent is home to all of the major powers in the world, since it has the most amount of unique biomes out of any continent. It also has the most amount of ruins, and the Solar City is located here, which is where every player begins. From the forest to the west, the frozen waste to the north, the swamp to the east, and the open plains in the middle of everything, the Main Continent has something for everyone. The Desert Continent is in the shape of something. It only has hot, dry deserts as well as mesas with oases spread about. There are no active settlements, but the ruins of the once great Fire Nation are located in this continent, but I'll go more into that later on. The Jungle Continent is, of course, full of nothing but jungles. The continent has many smaller jungle islands around it, which used to be part of the continent but broke off due to shifting tectonic plates. A major settlement of the Dominion of Industry is located on a jungle island off the northern coast of the continent, which has been polluting the surrounding area and turning the sand on the beach gray. The ruins of an ancient Solaris temple are also located on this continent. The Dead Continent is a colossal, uninhabitable volcanic wasteland with lava rivers and massive active volcanoes ready to erupt. The only area one could possibly sustain themselves at is the Pale Oak Forest, located deep within the continent, but even that is in serious danger of being burnt down by the surrounding lava wastes. There is also a large salt flat on the northern coast of the Dead Continent. From space, part of the continent resembles a spine, which has led some people to believe the continent was once alive and is now a giant corpse. The mysterious Lunar City is located here, the enemy of the Solar City. The Mushroom Continent is a very small continent which has been explored by very few. Not much is here except for giant mushrooms and strange cows. The Weird Continent, much like the Mushroom Continent, is very small and largely unexplored. The continent consists of 8 strange biomes, with a volcano in the middle and a ring of mushroom land around it, as well as frozen islands on each side, giving it the most variety of any continent aside from the Main Continent. Strangely, it is in the shape of a compass, and on a map is in the location a compass would normally be, which has led some people to believe the continent is man-made. Located on the southwestern coast of the Main Continent, the Solar City was the last bastion of civilization until its leader, President Khan, opened the city's borders, allowing those living in the Solar City to recolonize the world. The city still stands tall as a neutral zone for all people from every nation to trade with one another and have friendly sparring matches in its arena. The nation's official religion is Solarism, the worship of the sun. The city relies on 4 great institutions, called guilds, to function. The Farmers Guild is led by Cletus, the Mad. The Farmers Guild efficiently mass-produces food and other goods for the people of the Solar City in the farming district. They have been accused of animal cruelty and have also admitted to animal cruelty. The Fisherman's Guild is led by the fearsome axolotl man, Hrut. Members of this guild work on the docks of the city to catch not only fish, but ancient enchantment tomes, rare artifacts, and worn leather boots. They also run the city's exotic fish market on the docks. Before the borders were opened, members of the Fisherman's Guild were occasionally allowed to leave the city on boats to track large sea beasts, sometimes being gone for months. The Miners Guild is led by the rock-eating mole man, Yagnok. Members of this guild work in the mines below the city and collect large amounts of precious minerals. Many of its members seemingly originated not from the surface, but from deep within the mines themselves. They take a significant portion of their harvest from the mines for themselves, presumably for consumption. The Fighters Guild is led by General Wide, the Tall, who, like many of the Fighters Guild, was descended from the people of the Phoenix Nation, an ancient fire nation. Being located in the Solar City's fortress, the Fighters Guild primarily serves as the city's military. Members of this guild also hunt for sport and battle in the arena constantly. These guilds hold much political power in the city and tend not to get along with each other, which is why it's very important that no one guild becomes too powerful, lest the guild makes a bid for power and stages a coup. At first glance, one may assume the Fighters Guild is automatically the most powerful guild, but the other guilds are rumored to have their own strengths. Cletus is believed to be a member of a massive horde of nomadic barbarians, which he could call to the Solar City with a special horn to fight with him. Krut is believed to be a member of an underwater warrior race of fishmen who are much stronger than humans and are trained in the ways of combat. And Yagnok is believed to be a member of a race of subterranean mole men, which, while not very physically strong, far outnumber any other intelligent race. The dominant religion in the Solar City is Solarism, which is the worship of the sun. The greatest Solarist church is located in the city, and the current prophet of the religion, Father Khan, preaches there on occasion. Father Khan also just so happens to be President Khan, ruler of the city. The citizens of the city live relatively comfortable lives, save for when President Khan allegedly flies around using his holy sun powers to smite his people with lightning, or when someone gets poisoned by the poison they sell at the fish market, or when evil monsters from the ominous tower next to the city attack people at random, or when... Before I talk about the next nation, I should tell you more about that ominous tower next to the Solar City. Throughout these lands stand 7 monoliths called Sunspires. These Sunspires can be entered and can transport people to an extremely dangerous dungeon dimension. This place is filled with twisted, fractured monsters which are far stronger than regular monsters. On the other hand, it contains some of the most amazing treasures, and those who enter it can uncover mysteries about the world and learn of its lost history. Very few who have ever ventured into the Sunspires have ever lived to tell the tale. The Dominion of Industry is perhaps the most powerful of all the nations. The Dominion is a totalitarian regime ruled by the tyrant Cornstallen. This nation has multiple cities, but only one of them is in active use. The Dominion Hut Jr., the Dominion's unofficial capital and main base of operations, was originally created by one of their low-level goons as a temporary jungle base. The settlement grew until it eventually needed a name, which President Khan generously provided. The city is located on the northern shore of the jungle continent. While the Dominion works tirelessly in their underground labs to make huge leaps forward in science and technology, they also corrupt the land around them and seemingly make a conscious effort to pollute the world and make it a worse place. They build unnecessary smokestacks that don't actually do anything except for pump toxic smog into the air. They've somehow turned the sand around the Dominion Hut Jr. dark gray through other unknown advanced methods of pollution. The Dominion has a strong focus on automation and have built some highly efficient farms and machines. In the early days of the Dominion of Industry, one of their members left to establish a base in the northwestern part of the main continent. He settled near Norbit, a city containing a group of angry, bloodthirsty Vikings known as the Yams Vikings. More will be said about them later. The man who founded the engineering outpost unfortunately had a psychotic break and declared independence from the Dominion of Industry. Without the protection of the largest empire in the realm, one can only assume what the Vikings did to the poor former Dominion goon. The capital of the Dominion of Industry is a work-in-progress city. Not much is known about the capital, except that it is one of Cornstallen's main goals. The Yams Vikings is another one of the largest nations in the realm. Led by their king Askeladd the Great, Yams Vikings are a group of savage Vikings who focus on building their cities above all else. They take great pride in their architecture and use their overwhelming might to defend their territory from invaders. Much of their history has been recorded and published by fellow historian It's Louis Plays YouTube channel in his Realm Nations Conquest series.
But we need to,
What? You found it?
I fucking found it.
Oh my god, keep words.
Norbit, located in the northwestern part of the main continent, was the first city to be founded by the Yams Vikings. The city was originally called Argsburg, but due to a clerical error made by one of their scribes, the name became Norbit. This city focuses on producing iron goods, as it is home to some of the greatest blacksmiths in the whole realm. Yamsburg is the capital of the Yams Vikings. It's located between Norbit and New Cadenia, not far from either city. Like the Dominion's capital, it is still currently under construction. Unlike their capital, it is far along enough in its construction to the point it's fully livable and can function as a city. While Norbit is a good-looking city, Yamsburg is a beautiful show of the Vikings' architectural genius. It is believed once the city is finished, Askeladd will begin his conquest and lay siege upon all of the nations in the realm. Stormhelm is a tertiary city of the Yams Vikings. It is the restored ruins of the ancient Phoenix Nation capital Windhelm. The warriors of the Yams Vikings are directly descended from the Phoenix Nation, so they view any remnants of that civilization to be theirs by right. The Vikings haven't done much with Stormhelm yet, besides locate the ancient artifacts there that hadn't already been looted by other nations' scouts. Maricantia is a sun-worshipping merchant nation with a rich history, led by their king Alaric Merrick II. Their religion is an offshoot of the religion of the Solar City, but despite this, they have some level of religious freedom. Maricantia trades with all nations without discrimination, and generally tries to avoid conflict with other powers. Their national food is the Maricantian melon. Alithra is the capital of Maricantia. While it is relatively small in terms of what has actually been built, since it's under construction, what has been built are truly some of the greatest structures in the entire realm. Despite being peaceful, the Maricantians still spar with each other and invite other warriors from faraway lands to do battle in their arena, known as the Solararium. The Solararium, although not technically complete, is used on occasion to host large international tournaments, which helps to foster good relations with other nations. Another one of their great projects is a giant quarry that goes all the way down to bedrock, known as the Spyglass. This hole was built for religious reasons, as they claim it will allow the sun to see bedrock. Lord Corvus Valion, perhaps the second most powerful man in Maricantia, flies in the face of many of the nation's stated ideals. He is their one-man military and often scouts other nations alone and even engages them in combat, winning more often than not. This savage warrior was flying around with his elytra one day and thought he should have his own impenetrable fortress. He then saw the ruins of Cadenia, a once great nation. Corvus knew then that this would be his base of operations. He claimed the land as his own and began construction on the Wall of Corvus, a great wall made of lava and stone to keep his enemies out. It is an unsightly blight on the land, purely utilitarian, but it gets the job done well enough. This has upset the Yams Vikings, and there have been rumors that they are planning on attacking Corvus, but nothing has been done yet. The city is now known as New Cadenia. A group of warriors known as the Arctovians claimed the Cadenian land for their own early on in the Age of Conquest, but they mysteriously disappeared from the land long ago before Corvus made his claim. Goldhelm is merely a gold farm outpost located in the Nether Dimension. No one lives here. Teo is a small mountain base located on the northernmost glaciers of the main continent. It only consists of 2 members, the leader, Comrade Void, and his sidekick, Leo. Much like Lord Corvus, these two are some of the most skilled fighters in the realm and roam the lands in search for combat. They often target the Yams Vikings and have successfully stolen powerful artifacts and heirlooms from them. It is also believed that they are developing weapons of mass destruction. The Testification Nation is a very small nation that consists of one city, the Village City. Its population solely consists of a group of villagers and their leader, the Villager King. The village city was built in the middle of the main continent in the plains. It was built around an ancient farming outpost created by the once great Commune Nation and a nearby Testificate village. The Villager King founded his humble nation to escape persecution by non-villagers and doesn't often interact with others, unless he's preaching his strange beliefs. Aliantasia is a small, very new city being built on a beautiful Cherry Grove island located near the Solar City, right between the main continent and desert continent. It's a theocracy led by Majijan Jupi. The Aliantasians are believed to have originated from an extraterrestrial source and claim to have magical powers. They are very peaceful. The Fire Nation, led by the Fire Lord, was once the most powerful nation in the realm, but that was long ago in the Golden Era. Everyone there died, and those who survived became the Phoenix Nation, which would also eventually fall and become the Yams Vikings. The shifting tectonic plates caused by the fracturing has caused the buildings of the Fire Nation to get scattered across the desert, hundreds of blocks away from each other. These are some of the most damaged ruins in the realm, and they've only been further desecrated by raiders. Not much is known about this Solaris temple located in the Jungle Continent. Archaeologists believe it to have once been a neutral area shared by the Kami Nation, the Fire Nation, and the Solar Nation during the Golden Era. Beneath it are tunnels and bunkers, which were likely used to survive the fracturing. There's a small ruined castle located on an island between Alientasia and the Solar City. Next to it is a statue resembling an angel. Nothing is known about this castle other than its name, Trunkton Castle. This may suggest that it was once located in a city called Trunkton, and was separated from the city through shifting tectonic plates, but there is no known records of such a city having ever existed. When Corvus was claiming his land for New Cadenia, he did not claim or build a wall around the second half of Cadenia. Due to shifting tectonic plates, many ruined structures have been shifted around and away from each other. This is likely the case for the second half of Cadenia, as it is relatively far away from New Cadenia. It appears a small group of travelers found and claimed this land, according to a public wall of signs. They gave the city the name Sigma Land, although this small group hasn't made a big impact on the realm as of yet. The Kami Nation, led by the mad genius Dino Boy, was a small nation from the Golden Era. While small in numbers, each of their members was extremely capable. Not long before the end of their civilization, they worshipped a figure called Cornstallen. I already talked about their farming outpost, which is now part of the village city, but now I'll go over their other known ruined structures, as they have quite a few of them and they're all scattered around. Located north of Yamsburg in the main continent are the ruins of a Kami Nation gold factory. It is no longer in operation, but it could, in theory, be repaired. Located deep underground in a location only known to scholars from the Solar City such as myself, are the ruins of a Kami Nation-ran testificate prison/plantation. During the Golden Era, horrific experiments were held here, which were logged by Dino Boy in his journal. Villagers were exploited for their labor and were used to bolster the economy, which turned the Kami Nation into the powerhouse that it once was. After the fracturing and the fall of the Kami Nation, Dino Boy not only survived, but found a way to use the power of the fracturing to make himself immortal. He then built himself a base, which is located in a clearing in the northern mountains of the main continent. Most of his base was seemingly built around the immense skeleton of some kind of dead ancient beast. Around the base were farms, but everything is in ruins now. Dino Boy no longer lives in this base, but it's unknown whether he's still alive. The Lunar City is a mysterious city located on the coast of the dead continent. None of its citizens have ever been sighted, and its leader is unknown, but it is a seemingly active city. They likely practice the Lunarist religion, which is the enemy of the Solarist religion. That's it for the lands of this great realm. Thanks to the Ultra Dino Boy for acting in this video and coming up with bits. Thanks for watching.